face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. In my bosom I felt a pain. They said no carnival again. I watched the whole world fall apart. COVID break my hand. No parading on the streets. Can't express myself when we meet. I've been yearning to exhale, to break out from this jail. Just like when the slaves were banned, forbidden to celebrate. They tactically hand in hand improvise and collaborate. Carnival has since become an exhibition of freedom. It's our way of life, how we recreate, articulate, innovate, emancipate. I say we believe, cause we need. But to succeed in the festival, we had to control the back canal because what? All are we cut from the same cloth. Tribes of every sort, all ancestors force. So keep them in your thoughts. And when we bend wire, forge drumming fire, beat pan wrong we neck, hey, we paying no respect. Oh yeah. Hey, hey. Mm-hmm. Ooh, oh, 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 oh. If we examine from deep within, if we explore the origin, then we'll all declare truly, hey, Carnival is weak. Cause don't care how they treat us cold, we still maintain a heart of gold with camaraderie that's just sublime, especially around Carnival time. Behind every struggle, don't you know your blessing is near? Tobago, we shall rise from the rubble. Once with purpose we persevere. Each time we host this ritual, the spirit of Carnival lends its voice to sweet symphony. In Jubilee, we flying free, it's our legacy. That's why we bleed, we bleed, we bleed, we bleed. Cause we need to succeed in the festival. We have to control the back canal because what? All are we cut from the same cloth. To these isles we were brought, our ancestors fought. So keep them in your thoughts. And when we play Juve, adopt a sobriquet, the spirits we connect, hey, we pay no respect. Hey mama, hey mama, hey mama, hey mama, hey mama, hey 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 hey. Ooh, yeah. Finally we turned a new page. Now Tobago, your center stage. So let's show the world what is bliss in this act of togetherness. Tell them band leaders represent, pull them out of retirement. So much costumes to prepare, the greatest show on earth will be here. Rungs up all them pan players, or culture is on the line. Cast aside them naysayers, Tobago, it's your time to shine. For we have waited far too long, 60,000 coming strong. These streets will never be the same, so fan your flame. I proclaim we gon' make we name. I say we bleed, cause we need to succeed in the festival. We had to control the back canal because what? All are we cut from the same cloth. To these isles we were brought, your ancestors fought. So keep them in your thoughts. And when you feel to quit, summon the fighting spirit. We need all hands on deck. We pay no respect. Thank you. Oh yeah.
Good morning to you viewers. Good morning.
Good morning.
This is the Tobago Updates morning show coming to you here live from the Port Mall on Scarborough. It is Carnival Friday here in Tobago, and we have had the honor and the privilege of starting with the voice of none other than Nicole Thomas, our Tobago Calypso Monarch winner 2022. I know the viewers and listeners going crazy this morning. So let's start off. I want you to tell us a little bit about this rendition before we go into chat about Nicole. What was this rendition named and the inspiration for it this time around?
All right, so Carnival is it's about really understanding what Carnival is about, paying homage to our ancestors, for us being able to celebrate and to be free.
So I get that sense from you when I hear you perform. You evoke. Is that the intention generally when you put a song out there? It's not just about the lyrics, or it's not just about winning a competition,
yes, no.
but really trying to evoke that kind of change within our community?
Yes, it is.
Do you see that as part of the greater responsibility of those persons involved in the entertainment industry here?
Yes, we have to embody this song, and this song really resonated with me because I felt as though I was chatting with our ancestors, and they were so proud to see that we really understood what the carnival really meant, and we were just saying thank you for being able to host our own carnival and showcase our talent to the world.
Excellent. And for those who are not as familiar, Nicole Thomas, give us a little snapshot in terms of who is Nicole Thomas. When did this all start for you? Because I know you are no newcomer to the stage.
I've been singing for the past 19 years. 6 times Tobago Monarch, 11 times Windward Monarch, 8 times semi-finalist in the Skinner Park in Trinidad. I'm a loans officer at Republic Bank. Right.
So you're doing the full work and the full scope.
Yes.
How important you believe it is in terms of engaging our younger persons to ensure that the art form, particularly for Calypso, remains intact? How do you feel about that as an artist?
It's very important. The youth still look up to us. As I was in an interview yesterday, I said it's very important for us as the experienced one to really, give some guidance and inspire the youths, because they look up to us. So, compliment them, show them ways that they could improve so that we could just develop the art form further.
Your thoughts on the introduction of a Tobago Carnival in October 2022?
Oh my God, I was so excited for us to be able to showcase what we have here in Tobago, the talent, the food, the scenery.
So I want to put this one on the spot a little bit. Give our viewers a sense of what's next in the lineup for Nicole Thomas.
Oh, well, I'm working really, really hard to reach the national monarch. So that's my goal going forward.
All right. What kind of support and what do you think generally about the support mechanisms provided, whether in the context of from the level of the Tobago House of Assembly for persons within this art form, TUCO and other entities responsible for Calypso?
They are working on it. We need to get more involved and really let them know exactly what we need in order to succeed, especially going and competing in Trinidad. So I'm thinking that we're working on it. We're on the right path. We're in talks with the president of TUCO, letting him know exactly what is required as a Tobago artist going to Trinidad. So we're in talks with them, and we hope to see further developments for next year.
Excellent. And as we look to wrap this morning, any words of inspiration, encouragement that you want to share with the viewers, even as they head out, notwithstanding the challenging weather now, to enjoy the carnival season?
Yes. First of all, I want to say thank you to Tobago, Trinidad and Tobago. I'm feeling like as though I won the Miss Universe competition. So much interviews, so much outpouring of love and support. In spite of the inclement weather, let's go out, be safe, and have fun. Enjoy Carnival is we.
Viewers, this is Nicole Thomas, our Tobago Calypso Monarch winner. And we want to indeed welcome you as we continue to give God thanks. I am Julian Skeet. Rhea isn't with us this morning, and I want Rhea to keep safe indeed where she's out there. We know we have some challenges on the roadways and so on. But viewers, we're doing it different this morning. Before we head on over to news in 90 seconds, we'll have Nicole Thomas take us out again with a verse perhaps and even the chorus. Let's go, Nicole.
Benjamin fire. Beat pan wrong we neck. Hey, we pay no respect. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Hey, hey. Finally we turned a new page. Now Tobago, your center stage. So let's show the world what is bliss in this act of togetherness. Tell them band leaders represent, pull them out of retirement. So much costumes to prepare, the greatest show on earth will be here. Wrongs of all them pan players, occultia is on the line. Cast aside them naysayers, Tobago, it's your time to shine. For we have waited far too long, 60,000 coming strong. These streets will never be the same, so fan your flame. I proclaim we gon' make the name. I say we bleed, cause we need. But to succeed in the festival, we had to control the back canal, because what? All are we got from the same floor. To these isles we were brought. Your ancestors fought, don't let it be for naught. And when you feel to quit, summon the fighting spirit. We need all hands on deck. We pay no respect. Oh yeah. Hey, hey.
Thank you, Nicole Thomas. I am Candice Jackson, and here is your news in 90 seconds for Friday, 28th October 2022. An orange level adverse weather warning did not stop patrons from assembling with their umbrellas at the Plymouth Recreational Grounds to see Nigerian Afrobeat singer Burna Boy. At 3:51 p.m. yesterday, the TNT Meteorological Office updated its weather warning from a yellow level alert to an orange level alert. Tobago experienced over 3 inches of rainfall overnight. The Tobago Emergency Management Agency recorded several reports of flooding, landslides, and fallen trees in Idlewild, Providence, Mariah, Mason Hall, Goodwood, Bell Garden, and more. Northside roads are completely blocked at this time. Some areas lost electricity, including the Tobago Hospitality and Tourism Institute, which was serving its student dinners when the power was cut. The orange level alert also prompted the Division of Education, Research and Technology to cancel all schools today. Meanwhile, several carnival-related events were affected. However, Burna Boy fans at the Tomac Festival were not deterred by the weather and stood in the pouring rain with their umbrellas while they awaited his performance. And he did not disappoint and graced the stage at approximately 12:45 a.m., performing his hits for a rain-soaked audience. The adverse weather warning remains in effect until Saturday. And for some national news, former national gymnast Dama Williams was finally awarded her settlement for a lawsuit 4 years after she won the case. In 2018, Justice Frank C. Prasad granted Williams almost $224,000 for the TT Gymnastics Federation's biased and flawed decision to pull her out of the 2016 Olympic Games. However, the TTGF never paid the court order. Last week, Williams raised the matter again in court, and Justice C. Prasad ordered them to pay the money by 4 p.m. yesterday. Shortly before 2 p.m., Williams did receive the money via check from the TTGF. And that was your news in 90 seconds. We are going to a break, but when we come back, we've got a lot more on this wonderful but wet Carnival Friday.
MI4 Security Services Company is the most advanced security service in Tobago. Ask about our cash and transit service. It's safe, risk-free, reliable, and timely. We provide safe banking delivery for all business types and sizes with highly trained staff, 24/7 monitoring, coordinated emergency response, and a well-maintained fleet of armored vehicles. Contact us at 660-7723 or visit our website at www.mi4securitytt.com to sign up today.
Tobago, this is Larry Joseph. Saturday, 5th November, the only place to be is Million Laughs Caribbean Comedy Commerce. Shore Park, Tobago. The only comedy for the entire family. Tobago, Commerce and Larry, a we kind of commerce.
Everybody only worrying. Never ever worry. Don't mind how things looking hard. I tell them never ever worry. If your life can't get damaged bad. I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider Tatil is always right here for you. I tell them never ever worry. Don't mind if life make you sad. I tell them never ever worry. If your house get flooded out real bad. I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider Tatil is always right here for you. I tell them never ever worry. If sickness catch you off guard. I tell them never ever worry. If times fall on you real hard. I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider Tatil will always be here for you.
Never worry about a thing. Tatil, where people are people. You know what I mean.
You can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tobago. Your meals, medication, groceries, and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tobago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tobago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tobago's at your service.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning.
And welcome back to the Tobago Update Morning Show. Coming to you here live from Port Hall in Tobago. Yes, viewers, just had a very powerful start here in keeping with the season. This is the Friday at the start of Tobago Carnival 20. Final month here for Carnival 2022. And I said final month, but what I really meant to say is final weekend in terms of the activities happening. The culmination runs over Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of this weekend as we continue to wind down what would have been the start here in the Tobago space, in some instances incorporating the private sector and so on, from October the 1st. And you know, it's a gentle reminder again, yes folks, today just some quick notifications. Schools are out. There is no school due to the current orange weather alert, being the advisory that has come out, and we are asking persons to be very mindful of that. So there's no school today, so you're asked to keep your children at home under these circumstances. And also, folks, we're asking you to be very careful on the roadway. The weather is indeed, much as some would say, challenging. And in some instances, in a number of areas, based on the reports that we have seen coming in terms of issues with regards to landslides, and of course, some flooding in some area based on the excess with regards to the rainfall. So we're asking you to be very cautious, pay attention, so that we'll continue to bring you the updates as we head on in. But notwithstanding that, as was just mentioned by Candice there, in the news last night, interesting indeed. The show that took place, Tomac Festival, the closing that took place there with Burna Boy at Plymouth. And I had the opportunity, remember viewers and listeners, I ensure that I head out there to be able to convey and to share that experience with you. There was perfectly a point where I could say all you would see taking over the grounds were umbrellas. Umbrellas under the circumstances of the rain and the weather at hand. Notwithstanding that, I think our patrons indeed, after what was a pretty long wait, did enjoy the performance firsthand in terms of Burna Boy. And it's something I always make the point of. We live in the Caribbean region. We generally are either going to have rain or we're going to have sun under the circumstances. It's not going to be much different. But we saw a scenario where it is, I think you could say safely, persons from Tobago, and I know a number of persons who came across as well from Trinidad within the region and abroad to be able to enjoy the show. And they made it very clear, I am not missing this opportunity, even if I have to go with my umbrella, raincoat, and so on, and dressed for the weather indeed. So we saw the support coming out there for Burna Boy in terms of the activity taking place last night. Today, we continue with a number of activities happening here in the Tobago space on Friday, and then flowing straight on into the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, with the celebrations taking place between Juve happening in the Crown Point area, into Rocks Glow that takes place, that's in the Roxbury area, that's going into Saturday evening. And then on Sunday, well, how could I forget, following Juve, Mud is Life, the activities taking place there in the Crown Point area as well. And then on Sunday, heading on into the mass celebrations taking place in Scarborough. But viewers, have no fear. Have no fear. We will make every effort, and we'll be bringing you, continuing to bring you live coverage of these activities here via Tobago Updates. So we remind you to stay tuned, going straight on in. And if you know Tobago Updates any at all, we also bring to you some of those private events, giving you a little insight into the happenings here within the Tobago space. All right, viewers, at this point, we prepare to head on into our birthday celebrations this morning. Birthday celebrations this morning. All right, and on screen with us, our first birthday, my very good friend indeed, and I want to take the opportunity to wish a happy birthday going out to Katisha George. Happy birthday to Katisha George. I want to wish you God's continued blessings, and I know that you're going to enjoy the birthday celebrations. In fact, it started earlier in this week with us, and it's going to run straight on into the weekend and perhaps even into next week. So we want to wish you a very happy birthday and God's continued blessings. My very good friend out there, Katisha George. All right, on screen with us as well, we want to send out birthday greetings to Kanika Murray. So Kanika, we are wishing you a happy birthday, coming here from the Tobago Updates family, and indeed God's continued blessings as you enjoy the birthday celebrations. Viewers, and this morning I want to take the time out, of course, to continue to recognize our sponsors on board this morning. And let me thank those on the live for the comments. And I am also getting the messages via Facebook. Loving the shirt, loving the combination. This morning is courtesy Rashad's Men's Store. That's Rashad's Men's Store, located in Mount Pleasant. Mount Pleasant Main Road. Contact is 631-1049. That's 631-1049. Rashad's Men's Store. Responsible for the outfit this morning. We want to say once again, continue to thank our sponsors for their support. And I can't forget at all my barber, Classic Cuts by Akilon, and located in Susuland. So feel free to connect with Rashad's Men's Store and the Classic Cuts by Akilon via our social media, Instagram, Facebook, etc. Feel free to connect with them, and we want to thank them for their continued support for the Tobago Updates morning show. Viewers, at this point, we prepare to head on into our interview this morning, and we are indeed pleased to have on set with us Ricardo Bob, a Health Inspector 2. And this morning, we're chatting a little bit about the situation with regards to food badges for Carnival, and you know, where we need to be a little cautious. So in the mix of having fun and the entertainment and the hype and the energy this morning, we want to ensure that we give you the relevant tips. Good morning to you, Ricardo Bob. How are you doing this morning?
Good morning. I am wonderful.
Good. If I recall the last time, I have 2 on my record, but it's Health Inspector 4. Good. So our Health Inspector 4 with the division here are responsible within the Tobago House of Assembly. So tell us a little bit in terms of first, let's get started by an indication. We know this is a season where everybody's trying to make a dollar.
That's right.
And in particular, looking at food stuff. In the first instance, what were persons required to do in order to be, you know, ready, so to speak, for the streets when it comes to the sale of food?
Well, I tell you, the Tobago population has been really cooperative, you know. Food is one of the easiest ways to make money. And registration is a process that has been going on. Actually, you need 2 passport-size photographs, medical ID, and we do a training session. We have done, just for the Carnival, over 400 people. Over 400, literally. We have had probably days where we did over 200, literally. We did special sessions, you know, for the Carnival. So the Tobago population has been very, very cooperative. People know because we're out there for the festivals. We're out there for Blue Food, we'll be out there for Carnival, and the population is actually helping us by looking out.
So I'm glad that you mentioned that in terms of the population helping by looking out. As somebody going through the Carnival season and you know you want to grab a bite, you want to grab something, what should we be looking for and paying attention to in relation to, 1, verifying that these persons are indeed you know, registered and have their food badges, and 2, the space and the environment?
Well, in terms of the food badges, of course, you look for the food badge. Now, the food badge will have the year on it. However, we've made some concessions. Now, because of the sheer numbers that we've had to deal with over the years, if you had a food badge from 2019, you can use it. So you look for the food badge being displayed. So as a patron, you can ask the proprietor, where is your food badge? Because remember, the money is in your pocket first before it's in their cash register. And so they need to be able to display that for you to see. We're looking at things like your general hygiene, attire. So even though it's the Carnival season, the patrons can attire themselves a certain way, but the folks who are selling should be properly attired. Your footwear, well-clad head cover, that kind of thing. Hand washing facilities where possible. So for example, if a person is selling nuts, you may be walking around with it in a basket. Of course, you want to be able to dispense in a safe manner. But if you're having prepared food, take for instance maybe your doubles or your sandwiches, then you need to have basic hand washing facilities, and those people are aware of what they are and they tend to work with them. Even if you're selling, let's say some people sell out of a vehicle, they put up these little tanks with the little taps and so on, and they're able to wash their hands and so on.
Tell us a little bit about over the years, how has the response been, particularly in terms of the follow-up on the part of health? So yes, persons go through this process with regards to preparing, they get their food badges, they head on out. What's the level of monitoring and management in situations like these coming out of past events? So I know we recently had Blue Food, and I know this is something that would have been done once there are these events outside. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, well, we actually work on the festival days. So we were at Blue Food, and we will be out there in the Carnival season. We have had a few incidents, not this year, in the past, where we've had to stop people from operating and remove the food because of the conditions under which it was held, because we always believe in the protection of the public. So we'll be out there. So we know folks know what the requirements are. I believe if you're not prepared to consume the food that you prepare, you shouldn't serve it to anybody.
So a very, very interesting point there. Repeat that for me. If you're not
if you're not prepared to eat the food that you prepare, you should not serve it to anybody.
Very valid point, viewers, and I want you to take note of that. If they are not prepared themselves, then it shouldn't be served to anybody. Is there some kind of phone contact or hotline should persons have challenges during the season? And you know, you might decide ultimately I'm not spending my money under these circumstances, but I took note of that name there, and I want to make a report. What's the avenues available for members of the general public?
Well, I'm going to be brave enough to give you my own cell phone number because it's the weekend, so you wouldn't get the office number. It's 751-4960. I repeat, 751-4960. If you have any situations that you are concerned about, because of course there are only so many officers, you can call that number. You can send a WhatsApp, you can send a text.
All right, in terms of making that
communication, making that report.
And for persons who might be seeking out this opportunity, they missed this time around in preparation, but there are other festivals and other opportunities coming up that they would require a food badge for. How do they get involved in that process? Where do they need to go? Which office do they need to make contact with? And the process, is anything available online? Just give us a little insight into the process for persons applying to get their food badge.
Well, we're not online at this time, but the public health office is the old Scarborough Health Center. That's right behind the fire station, corner Robinson and Young Street in Scarborough. And you can come to the office and we will give you an appointment. We do food badges every Thursday. So we give you an appointment which date to come. And I want to say very soon, before the year ends, we'll start to do food badges for next year. So people can capitalize on the early start.
So is it, I know you indicated that there would have been some exceptions made for the 2019 coming forward.
Yes.
As we saw in many instances, whether it be with driver's license, national ID, etc. Is it that come 2023, there'd be a direct effort to ensure that all persons are up to date with their food badges?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
And how would that work? From January of 2023?
From January 2023, we do sessions. And so folks will be able to capitalize on that. We will send the information out via the media in terms of our start date. And usually we get 3,000 to 4,000 people normally registering every year. We want to increase that because there was a time we were over 5,000, you know. So we want to increase the registration. We want to ensure that people are safe out there and people understand that we need to protect each other, and there are systems for that.
All right. And I wanted to also give us a follow-up because I know that the health health inspector, this purview would also span broadly establishments even outside of the carnival season.
Yes.
In those circumstances, can persons come to the same office or make communication?
Same office.
In terms of raising any complaints?
Any complaints, you can come. We get many things happening, some legitimate, some illegitimate. But once you're preparing, handling food for sale, then we are involved. If it's for your family, you know, you have your little birthday parties and stuff, no. But supermarkets, restaurants, hotels, cottage industry, farmers, fishermen, you name it. Once food is offered for sale, then the food handler is supposed to be registered.
All right. So just before we look to wrap this morning's interview, what's your advice and guidance going into the season for our viewers and listeners who will be looking to partake of food and beverages on the outside?
Be careful, be observant, look at hygiene. Remember, it doesn't matter how much you enjoy yourself. If you get sick after you eat, then the entire thing is spoiled. So be vigilant. Don't allow yourself to be taken advantage of. In all your enjoyment, make sure that you look for cleanliness, hygiene, good sanitation, hot holding, cold holding where applicable. You are the ones to drive the system to ensure that those who are selling do the correct thing. You are the ones, mostly, you are the ones.
All right, good. And if you could remind our viewers in terms of the contact number, should they have any challenges or circumstances that they feel they want to bring to the immediate attention of the health inspector?
751-4960. Only if you have legitimate concerns, remember. Right? 751-4960 is the number. You can WhatsApp, you can text, or you can call.
All right. And, you know, as we're moving out from this interview, I had to drop one of the questions on you. It's Carnival Friday. How do you normally spend the Carnival season, Ricardo?
Now, usually I will go to camp. This year, no camp. There's rain. There's a lot of rain. But I like the quiet life. I like the quiet life, you know, to get some relaxation and family time and all that. Yeah.
All right. So I had to make sure I throw in that question out there for Ria as well, because I know Ria would say, yes, I have some support with camp, because as we indicate, in any season for the Carnival period, there's the mix of persons who will take the rest of the relaxation There are those who will be involved in the carnival festivities. There are also those who participate in camps and so on. Either way, folks, we want you to ensure that you are safe. And you have heard the information coming here from Health Inspector 4, Ricardo Bob. And we want to thank you very much for joining us on set here this morning at the Tobago Updates Morning Show.
Always
All right?
a pleasure, Julian.
Viewers, once again, we thank you so much for the continued love and support. It is Friday heading into the Carnival weekend for Tobago. Yes, folks, this is the final weekend, Tobago Carnival, October 2022. We want to ask you to continue to be safe out there as you enjoy the festivities. And we got a lot more in store for you. So those of you joining us via TV, those joining us via radio, those connecting with us online, this is your opportunity. Share the live, share the live, share the live.
Best place to stay in Tobago is at Thorn's Place, with rates starting as low as 200 TT. Call or WhatsApp 745-7306 or 682-8676. We are located uptown Scarborough, 5 minutes away from the port. Remember, at Thorn's Place, our aim is to make your stay safe and affordable.
Excel Spa by Haley, where our highly trained staff are ready to deliver the top-class services in facial massages, waxing, nail enhancement and body treatment. We are ideally located at Coco Avenue, Switzerland, Tobago. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, TripAdvisor, or you can call us on 730-0149. Excel Spa by Haley. Relax, renew, and rejuvenate.
I am Ram and I'm Coke. Together we are Ram and Coke. Big up Million Laughs, because on Saturday, November 5th, it is Caribbean Comedy Commerce. It can be hot. The best Trinidadian and Caribbean comedians will be there. For sure. Big up Alan the Entertainer. Big up Larry Joseph and everybody else who's on the cards. That's right. We endorse this show. Big up Alan. Big up Million Laughs. It's going to be an epic show. We endorse this. Be there. There ain't nothing like a Ram and Coke. Barbados. Yeah.
Saturday, November 5th, Shore Park, Tobago. It's Million Laughs Caribbean Comedy Commerce, the mega laugh festival to end the Tobago Carnival season, featuring Tobago's finest in folklore and musical entertainment, together with some of the Caribbean's top comedians: Larry Joseph, Daryl the Saint Mendoza, Dolores, Alan the Entertainer, Handsome Sun, Mako Media, and more. Get your ticket specials available on Island E-Tickets and various outlets nationwide, or visit the Million Laughs handles for more info. It's Comedy Commerce in Tobago, a wee kind of commerce.
Tuco Tobago presents the Real Tobago Line. The Tuco Tobago Line. Saturday, October 29th at the Mount Irvin Golf Course, we go to the Real Tobago Line. With College Boy Jesse and the All Stars Band, Super Blue, Johnny King, Viking Ding Dong.
If you know you cannot handle the people rum, when you see the people rum, leave it alone. Yeah, what I tell you?
Prince Unique, Marvin Lewis, Royal, Iwer George.
I come here city, everybody
Ricky Jai, Trinidad All-Star Steel Orchestra, Siparia Rhythm Section, and lots of big surprises. Showtime 5 p.m. Tickets cost only $250 and are available at Angels Courier Services Limited, Tobago, and all Tuco offices nationwide. This October 29th at the Mount Irvin Golf Course, the Real Tobago Line. Where will you be?
It's a different type of thing down there. And we party till we drop down there. With a lot of pretty girls down there. Down in Tobago.
place to place. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, viewers. It is 7:41 a.m. and welcome back to the Tobago Updates morning show. Coming to you here live from the Port Mall in Scarborough. Yes, folks, it's Friday. It's Carnival Friday. The thing start. In fact, the thing continuing, because if you're a lover of soca and Carnival like me, you're ensuring that you started the celebrations from October 1 and you are going through each and every day striving to be safe while we have fun for the Carnival season for October. In this segment, viewers, we have the opportunity to be chatting with as we connect with TSTT's involvement in Tobago Carnival. And we have on set with us Kamal Georges, Senior Manager and Reputation Management at TSTT, and Kashif Graves, Senior Manager of Marketing and Promotions. Good morning, gentlemen, and welcome.
Good morning and happy Carnival Friday.
Yes, well, you know, I had to start from this side. When did you all arrive in Tobago to start enjoying the celebrations? Working, but to start enjoying the celebrations.
I only know Reach. I only got last night, but they've been here.
Oh, yes, it's Tuesday.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. So we want to start off generally in dealing with the responsibility of TSTT. People hear TSTT, you think, oh my gosh, I'm going to make my complaints for issues with my phone lines, I get the internet, they're providing me with services and so on, and you're able to connect at that level. But this morning we're looking at TSTT in the context of that corporate social responsibility. Tell us a little bit about how important that is to TSTT.
Yeah, so we've long been partnering with Tobago in terms of our corporate social responsibility efforts. First of all, let me just say thank you for having us on this morning. Where are my manners? And so our brand, Be Mobile, when we were presented with the opportunity to partner with Tobago for Tobago Carnival, that was by the Tobago Festivals Commission and the Carnival Committee, we felt this was a unique opportunity. We have long partnered with Tobago for the development of culture and in many other areas. And so the island's attempt or interest in putting on its own carnival celebrations, we thought the reasons behind it were right, and as a long-time partner with Tobago, we felt it was important that we come in to help support and help make it a success as well. So we came on as a sponsor for the Tobago Carnival, and we're very happy about it. We see the importance in supporting something like this for the development of Tobago's tourism, economic development, and also supporting the culture. Culture is a big part of what we do at Be Mobile and at TSTT in terms of supporting it. Yes. And this really is advancing Tobago's culture in a unique way and in a big way and putting it on the stage for the world. So it was a natural fit for us to be able to support in that way.
Excellent. Kashifa's Marketing and Promotions, tell us a little bit about some of the events and these initiatives that Kamal would be referring to, that TSTT would be involved in over this period. Okay,
well, we're extremely excited to be on the ground and involved in Carnival and truly in culture. Right? As a true indigenous brand, we wanted to provide that opportunity to our customers to have a holistic experience. And not only had commercial sales, but in terms of being enriched in the culture. Yeah. So we have strategic partnerships with the Mud Festival as well as the Tuco Lime. We also with Joetopia in terms of the Juve Band. We have activations, exciting activations in Lowlands today where we're actually giving away costumes and tickets for the events. As well as we have special offers to our customers. So customers topping up 50 will get double top up. As well as customers could benefit from our 1 week plan for only $99 unlimited data. So our strong competitive advantage in terms of service and delivery to our customers, but not only that, but honoring our commitments to our customers and what we do. So as the indigenous brand, we say, hey, what? You have unlimited data to do what you want. Share, post, like, enjoy the festival, enjoy the carnival, enjoy the vibe. And I said, Be Mobile will be there lockstep with you, hand in hand, holding. We will be there in the band, moving in the crowd, enjoying the culture and saying, hey, this is Trinidad and Tobago, be Gonian. And that is our whole theme around it, be Gonian.
All right. So I got an immediate message saying, all right, tell Kashif slow down. I want you to repeat specific to where you're going to get. I think you spoke about there will be giveaways in terms of costumes and so on. So just give our viewers a little more details on that.
Okay. So we'll be in Lowlands. We have activation in Lowlands today. It's starting from 2. We're straight up to 5. We'll be giving away costumes for all our customers, as well as be giving away tickets to the Mud Festival, as well as to the Tuco Lime.
Right, that's the Lowlands branch at the mall.
At the mall, so we will have a tent outside to bring customers there.
Excellent. And I'm also being asked, tell us a little bit about the credits that you spoke about, that persons will be able to have access to their data plans and so on.
Right. So at the activations, you can actually top up 50 and get double top up. That's the first thing. So we're giving back to our customers because we know now is the time to be connected and to stay connected. As well as we have our bundles. So we have our 1 day straight up to 1 month bundles. So we have 1 day, 3 days, 1 week, 1 month bundles. Most affordable price in the market with unlimited data. Unlimited means no throttling. Unlimited means no defined data for LTE versus 3G. Unlimited. Do what you want, when you want, how you want. Right? And that is our drive towards providing value to our customers. So come down to Lowlands and they have the opportunity to get access to our whole gamut of products and services, as well as get double top up, as well as be a nice ambience experience, as well as get tickets and costumes.
Right. Well, I know Kashif is doing his part as marketing and promotions. Excellent indeed.
No.
But here's the heavy question I had to put on Kamal now as reputation management. With the weather situation that we are now experiencing, can we be assured that we will be continue to receive excellent service within this period and all hands on deck, even if there are challenges to be resolved as quickly as possible?
I can take that one. So the only thing we're in the stop this day is cricket,
Yes.
right? And our intention is that it does not stop our service as well. So whenever there are adverse events like this, because we know that we are under an orange alert at this time, so we saw the weather over the last couple of days, and we are urging people to be careful. But as with any situation, we have our disaster management teams that are on standby. They've been meeting regularly, met yesterday. We have a meeting again today just to have an update on what our sites are to ensure that our service is up and running, because what you don't want is when people celebrating and they get their extra top up and they want to post that they can't. So we are ensuring that our teams are out to be able to keep a reliable service during this carnival weekend, because connectivity is where it's at and what it is.
All right. And I want you to just add a little bit more for the purpose of our viewers. The essence of this for TSTT, some would say, well, they're already making money. You know what I mean? How far and what extent can they certainly look forward to in terms of the benefits that they are to derive coming out of this period? Is this something one-off? Can we look forward to follow-ups within the Tobago space? Give us a little insight into that.
So we came in at this point. We don't know yet if the Tobago Carnival will be an annual event. From all indications, it may be. And I guess when this event is over, there'll be a post-mortem to determine. But we felt it was important to come in now. But in terms of our relationship with Tobago and culture, it's certainly not a one-off. It's been a long-standing relationship that we've had in terms of supporting not just culture, but sports, education. We honor and we award the top SES students every year. Among other things, we support initiatives in the community across a wide spectrum. So for us, this is really just an addendum to what has been quite a fantastic relationship here. And I don't see it as being a one-off. We will be here. We'll continue to be here. Our goal is to make here be mobile territory, and we will invest in Tobago in a way that is beneficial, yes, to us, because we are a company and we're looking for benefit, but also in a way that benefits the communities that we serve. So, yeah.
All right, Kamal just put you in the hot spot. You want to be B-mobile territory in a space and a place, obviously, where there are competitors within the industry. As viewers and listeners out there, why B-mobile?
Well, see, in any entity, any market, competition is good.
Agreed.
At the end of the day, it's up to choice to customers. What we offer from a value proposition is value, affordability, and value. When we say we're going to do something, fundamentally, we do what we say we're going to do. So when we say there's no hidden charges, no hidden fees, no fine prints, we are straight and transparent. It is our mandate as well as an indigenous brand to also provide support locally for the development from a GDP and a nationalistic perspective. So our mandate is quite clear, right? So what we want to do to our customers is to move forward the conversation around connectivity and data and access to data. And what is critical for us is to provide that affordability and connectivity in such a way that enhance the value of our customers. So we will have launched a series of different products and services, for which we'll continue to do, right? Geared towards that. So we had the Be Productive offering, which zero-rated all the productivity type applications, Google Hangouts, Edmundo, Microsoft Teams, to facilitate homeschooling as well as persons working remotely. We launch our data offerings, understanding that we have a wide range of customers and affordability is a big thing, right? So we have the lowest prices on all our plans in the market, but not only that, we also truly offer unlimited service. That is our competitive advantage, unlimited service, and our prices range from as low as $20 to as high as $349 based on your needs. But really, it is about honoring our commitment to the customers, so that's one. Also commercially, we also invested significantly in Tobago, and we will continue to. So you will see more visibility, more enriching the culture and supporting initiatives in Tobago, because it is a critical arm to us. We represent Trinidad and Tobago, and that is something that we just want to be committed to and remain committed to.
Given what has been, what some would describe as recent fallouts with TSTT and B Mobile in terms of, you know, the issues with downsizing and that kind of thing, would you see that this has driven a greater need on the part of TSTT to remind customers, remind Trinidad and Tobago of its continued ability to hold fast to its greater responsibility, even with a reduction in staff at this time?
Definitely, definitely. I was going to take that, but...
Yeah, so the company, as you mentioned, went through a difficult period where it had to take the unfortunate decision of restructuring its business. But restructuring its business, keeping in mind that its customers are the most important. And so there are critical elements of the business that will remain to ensure that service uptime and service quality remain intact. And so, yes, tough decisions were made. The company had to part with some of its employees, but in terms of ensuring that it provides its customers, which are the backbone of its business, with a reliable service, that has not been compromised, and it will not be compromised in the near future. So yes, we get the point, and I know it's a concern, but we are doing what we can to ensure that we deliver the best service, as Kashif mentioned, to our customers.
Tell us about steps in terms of being able to build that direct communication with customers, in terms of, I have a challenge any time of day or night, hotline numbers to call, and you know, sometimes the challenge is people say, I don't want to call these hotlines because it takes forever to get through. How do you advise persons under circumstances like that to be able to raise issues and concerns? And more importantly, I too have had a situation where calling and getting that kind of technical support and assistance. What's available via those hotlines?
So we have a number of hotlines that our customers can call. We hear the concern about maybe wait times, and that's something that is always actively engaging our attention. There are some things in the pipeline that some of our team members are working on that I don't want to say yet because I don't want to commit to a timeline or anything, but there are mechanisms and avenues and mediums that are being looked at and hopefully to be implemented soon, where people can reach out to us in a more direct way and have more real-time feedback, so that you are not spending hopefully 5 minutes on the line waiting to speak to somebody, but it's almost instantaneously where you can have your issues resolved. So you can reach out to us via social media platforms. On our website, you know, there's a chat feature that you can reach out to us. There's 824-TSTT and others. If you visit our website, bmobile.co.tt, you can see some of those avenues in which you can reach out to us. And we are always trying to improve the way that we communicate with our customers, and their feedback more than anything is quite important.
All right, so viewers, you're hearing it here, you know, courtesy Kamal Georges, and this voice represents TSTT, a commitment, something big coming. All right, just before we wrap, gentlemen, I want us to remind our viewers, I know you spoke about the events in terms of Mud is Life that's taking place in the Crown Point area, you spoke about Utopia and so on. What can persons expect in terms of at those events from TSTT?
Well, we have a large giveaways, we have engagement, we have music trucks, we have performances, so look out, let's be ready to move in the carnival with us this carnival, this Tobago carnival. And as we said, our commitment is a Begonian, and we live in that whole mantra, Begonian, enjoy the culture, lockstep with TSTT. We will have offers, services to keep you connected over this period of time, but more so we want to support the culture, and we'll be moving with you in this.
All right, so that there'll be on-hand support as well for persons that need information, guidance, and that kind of thing.
Definitely, and we will have activations at our different locations. We have 3 locations. So we have our Lowlands locations. We also have our Rolex location in Bonaccord, and we also have our another Lowlands location, which is Cellar Planet, which is the kiosk in the atrium area. So you can go there to get access to information and any assistance that you may require over the period of time.
All right, excellent. And Kamal, before we wrap, what would you like to share with our viewers and listeners this morning as we speak at TSTT in Tobago Carnival?
Well, more than anything, we want everyone who's participating in Tobago's Carnival to have a fantastic time. And we want the organizers of this event, this inaugural Tobago Carnival, to have a successful event as well, because we believe that success in this redounds to the benefit of all Tobagonians. So go out there, look for the green, look for the B Mobile, but ultimately support the culture and have a great and a successful carnival.
All right. So thank you so much again for joining us on set here this morning at the Tobago Updates morning show. Viewers, we've been connecting with Kamal Georges and it's Kashif Greaves. Kashif Greaves are representing TSTT this morning here. Most importantly, yes, you heard correct. They are here to continue to give back. You can look out for them at the various events and activities. And more importantly, today, check out their activation centers at the various branches. Here, the Lowlands branch and so on, and you would have heard that reference. This is your opportunity where we continue to benefit and to see TSTT working for us. Yes, don't worry. The complaints you made, now you have a chance to make sure that you get back more, even more from TSTT, as committed by Kamal and Kashif. All right. So thank you so much again, those of you joining us via TV, those connecting with us via radio, and those of you joining us online. We want to remind you that this is your opportunity. It's Carnival Friday here in the Tobago space. This is your opportunity to share the live, share the live, share the live.
Never ever worry, don't mind if life make you sad. I tell them never ever worry, if your house get flooded out real bad. I tell them never ever worry, what I'm saying is true. So just consider, Tatil will always be here for you.
Tatil, where people are people. You know what I mean.
That's all the big son. Bungie remember them days? Well, alright, Bungie might remember them. Ian Alvarez remember them. Don't forget the rest of the union. Forget the rest. Me and you talking alone here. Ian, remember the days when you went to the fridge with your hot bake in your hand to get blue band butter, but the blue band butter done. And they went for the yellow, the golden ray. Make the second and no, listen, you don't know what that is when you bite a bake with golden ray, my dear. Once that bake hot with golden ray,
Saturday, November 5th, Shore Park, Tobago. It's Million Laughs Caribbean Comedy Commerce, the mega laugh festival to end the Tobago Carnival season, featuring Tobago's finest in folklore and musical entertainment, together with some of the Caribbean's top comedians: Larry Joseph, Daryl the Saint Mendoza, Dolores, Alan the Entertainer, Handsome Sun, Mako Media, and more. Get your ticket specials available on Island E-Tickets and various outlets nationwide, or visit the Million Laughs handles for more info. It's Comedy Commerce in Tobago, a wee kind of commerce.
Hush, the cooler event, October 27th, 2022. We bring to you live Skinny Fabulous. Also performing live, Viking Ding Dong.
If you know you cannot handle the people rum, when you see the people rum, leave it alone. I said I can't wait for Tobago in October.
Welcome to the March Parfait Day Spa and Wellness Center, your premier spa experience located at Bonaccord, Tobago. Visit us today for facials, cellulite treatments, body contours, body treatments, pedicures, manicures, and much more. We have gift cards for all occasions and corporate events. Connect with us on Facebook at Le Marge Parfait Day Spa or call us 273-7772.
Zeke, Turil, Mikey Spice, your Zeke. Boom, we from the Caribbean, we bring the heat. And when it is carnival, fire on the street. If you can't take the fire, stay on the bench, cause this fire can't cool, it can't out, it can't quench. Now every rag is waving up in the place. So the breeze from the rag will bring the flame to blaze. Now the fire blazing, they cannot turn. We burning more fire than the one cable. Because we coming with the fire, fire blaze, fire, fire rage, fire, fire. This is the fire star. Fire, fire blaze, fire, fire rage, fire. Mikey, set the fire with the flame, with the thunder, not the rain. Had them balling out me name, Mr. Fireman. Heat it running through me veins, sending signal to me brain to lock off the water main. This is Fireland. Light it up, light it up, light it up now. Heat it up, heat it up, heat it up now. Blaze it up, blaze it up, blaze it up now. To we bring the torch and then we burn. Because we burning them with fire, fire blaze, fire, fire rage, fire, fire. This is the fire star. Fire, fire blaze, fire, fire rage. Now Mikey, listen, the rain could fall. That ain't gonna stop the flames at all. Revelers out on the street, chipping with fire under their feet. You know what to do? Now wave your fire rags. Left to right, wave up the fire flag. Two-wheel and tower come to burn the place down. And we coming and bringing the firestorm. Everybody start to run, cause we coming with the fire, fire blaze, fire, fire rage, fire, fire. This is the fire storm. Fire, fire blaze, fire, fire rage, fire, fire. We burn another one. Bring the fire, fire blaze, fire, fire rage, fire, fire. This is the fire storm. Fire, fire rage, fire. You see? Fire. We burn another one. Bring the fire. Them tell me to bring the fire. Them tell me to bring the fire. Them tell me to. This is the fire star. Bring the fire. Bring the fire. Bring the fire. We burn another one. Yeah man. Bring the fire. Bring the fire. Bring it. 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 Bring the fire. We burn another one.
Yes, viewers, I hope I'm bringing the fire with this kind of shirt here, courtesy Rashad. Gentlemen, Mikey, Towers, and Two Real. Morning to you. How you all doing this morning? Yes. I wanted to tell me, how has this season been going generally for y'all? Deep breath. Yes, deep breath.
Well, first to begin, let me start by saying this song brought us second place in the Tobago Soca Stars. We have a little gig on the 30th, which is called Drinks on Us. Good. We are expecting some more calls seeing that we came second. That's message hit.
Yes. You know, and here's the right place to put it out.
Of course, you know, so we are here to bring good music to the people, and hopefully you will see this energy in events.
Yes, well, with me, you know, my energy was always there, and my time was always hectic because I am one of the main producers on the island, Stone Tower Studios. I produced like about 28 songs for the season, so I was always up and down. Plus performances, getting ready for the Tobago Stars, it was real hectic.
Tell us a little bit. Some people see that as a separation, that either you're in producing or you're actually on the stage. How is it for you doing the combination?
Well, I told them that. I say, here what? I don't really want to do the artist thing, you know, but the delivery for Tobago and what Tobago need, I'm not getting it from some of the artists. So I decided, you know what? Let me set the precedent now, you know. I don't come and show them, well, hey, this is how to do it. And then I could take a back seat because my knees started to get like, you know.
I couldn't tell that at all because from the performance after here, we couldn't tell that at all. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about the collaboration that we're seeing here between Towers and Turiel.
Well, this collaboration came about. Mikey sent me the rhythm. I said, Mikey, you know me really good with melody. Hum something for me now. He hummed something for me. I started writing. We both wrote the song together. By the next day, we was in studio recording, and the rest is history.
Yeah. All right. And I want you to tell us a little bit about, as well, within that competition, entering the competition on the night, coming out in the second position, but I know you would have put forward a full performance. Tell us about that stage performance that we saw on that night. Well, what went into that planning and preparation?
Well, we had plenty plannings and preparation, but certain things were not executed due to certain protocols now, because it's fire we're talking about, and we had fire, but no fire was allowed in the building. We had sparks to be flying on the stage and everything that was cut out immediately. So it's like I was singing and saying, wait, this is different from what I originally practiced, but all in all, it came out good, and we executed, we did our best.
And congratulations, I must say, to Mr. Cultier.
Yes,
congratulations to Cultier. Big tune. Respect and manners, Cultier, wherever you stand.
All right. And I want you to tell our viewers, are you all newcomers to this industry? You've been in it for a number of years. I already know, but for the benefit of our viewers and listeners.
Okay, well, I started in Elizabeth's College, me, Sherwin Winchester, Ryan Johnson. We had a singing group. Then from there to studio, then to singing and produce for Scrunter, Marlon Ashad, most of the biggest names in Trinidad and Tobago. I even did thing with Luciano from Jamaica on the Lekito Drumby rhythm that came for this carnival. I had a big songwriter from Jamaica named Coolface. He's one of the biggest songwriters. He writes for Bungie Garland, Marshall, Patrice, all of them. He actually called me to go on my rhythm, and right now that rhythm is taking off in Jamaica. So I've been in this thing about 26 years.
Well, it could be about the same amount for me.
Right.
Before, I used to sing in Tobago. I was called Kwamidan. I used to sing with a band called Evolution. I did some time with Fire Fusion. I did some time with Adana. I did some time with Blue Ventiers. I did some time with a band called Caution. I have been around for a while. I sang with Oscar B and his band Vibes. I've been doing this for years. A lot of people know me. I know a lot of people. It's just that I try to keep it as humble as possible and do my day job and come out here and sing when I get a chance. It's my love. But at the moment, it can't do what I wanted to do for me in my life and my family. So, you work and you balance it off.
To be able to make that combination.
Yes,
and that takes me straight into my next question, gentlemen. How can we ensure that our love and passion for soca and calypso, which is our thing, and our culture, lives on year round? What can be done? What do you feel can be done?
Honestly, my name is Too Real, so I'm going to be very real with you. The best thing I could do is get the DJs to expose the music, because it is basically on them. Now, I know we have social media and we have TikTok and things, but what about the hours that you're at your desk and you're not on TikTok and you just have your alarm radio playing? You could be hearing the songs, and you can't tell me that, boy, that alone ain't go help it, because I saw somebody bring out a song on Carnival Friday and one soca monarch and road march the same year. So I was like, wow, this, so first to begin, it has to be exposed to people for people to love it. You can't love something you don't know about. Most importantly, to me, that is the most basic thing I could think about. Mike, you have anything to say?
Same thing. The radio, all the social media platforms. That is the way to do it right now. Because as Too Real say, he has a 8 to 4, but my 8 to 4 is studio. I don't work for anyone. I am independent. No, I'm the CEO of Stone Tower Studios in Lambo. My number is 7045015. Come and get the best music.
Yes. He also does mixing and mastering.
Yes. Well, this is your opportunity to share all the information here. What can we look forward to? In the future, connecting with the both of you.
Lots of music.
Future. We're talking like 2 months to come again, because Trinidad is loving the firestorm right now. And some of the top producers down there already sent us instrumentals to work on songs to enter into the soca monarch into Trinidad. So that is our aim, to represent Tobago for the 2023
to
carnival.
the fullest.
Yeah.
Right.
And for you Too Real. What can we look forward to?
Lots of music. I just love music. I just love the art. I just love doing what I do. I am an entertainer. I don't just sing soca. So people don't say Too Real is a soca artist. I have reggae. I have soca parang. I mix it up because I come from band. I originated from band, so I am able to do different genres. So, you could look for a lot of music. And once I link up with a man like Mikey, who have his own studio, and again rhythms, again things mix and master, I don't have to worry about, oh gosh, but music carry on. You see it?
Would you say that that's definitely one of the advancements in the Tobago space, where
of
in
course,
terms of studios
of
to be
course,
able to allow
of
you
course,
and
of
to
course.
master your craft?
Of course, because you have somebody who's willing to work with you, who's willing to do the work and can do the work. Now there's a difference. There are people who are willing to do it and can't do it, and there are people who can do it but not willing. But he is willing and can, so there's hardly find that. So I grinding him to the ground. You see?
Right down till we lie down.
Right down till we lie down,
and
folks.
I must say, I penned that song also. That song by Jason G.
Yes.
And I penned that song. So
Yes.
we do writing.
Nice man.
Yeah. So you know.
You have me feeling a different kind of way when I hear the song now. And I mean, Jason D, and they do an exceptional job when it comes to comes to performance. So you also do in terms of writing songs as well, right?
Yes. I wrote most of my soca parangs, and when I'm not writing my songs, Snakey from Trinidad writes my songs. A lot of people compare us and say, "But you the song like Snakey." But that's my boy, and we work together on a lot of things, you know.
All right. As we prepare to wrap this part of the interview, your words of encouragement for those viewing out there, those who may be a little doubtful in themselves. I ain't sure if this is the industry for me, that kind of thing. What do you have to say to them as some words of encouragement coming from your own life and journey?
Okay. Well, by life and journey, never give up. Never give up. Never give up. It could take 30 years. Because we have seen it in other industries where artists been singing for 10, 15 years, and on the last, they just blow up, and that's it. So never give up. There's always room for improvement. Just take the telling, do your vocal training. Make sure and get the vocal training, because if you don't have the perfect vocal, you can't have the perfect song. So whatever craft you're into, whether music, dancing, whatever, take your time with it and do it professionally.
Well, my advice would be, don't give up. According to Mikey, nothing happens before it's time. God doesn't make mistakes, and sometimes you don't get the blessing because you're just not ready for it yet.
Yes.
You see it. Take it in steps. Take your time. According to Mikey, when people giving you advice, take the advice. Take criticism and build yourself, not break down yourself. People who criticize you want better for you sometimes. Just do what you love. Once you love it, I shouldn't have to give you no words of advice, because you love it and you will never stop doing it.
You're doing what you love. Viewers, we have on set here with us Mikey Towers and Too Real, second place in the Tobago Stars of Soca competition. All right, but viewers, we're just pausing for a quick pause, and we want to remind you important of that. Scotiabank, make your moves with us at Scotiabank Lowlands. Are you 55 years or older? Do you need help with your online banking? Join our exclusive how-to sessions for seniors. Today, Friday the 28th of October, it takes place at the Scotiabank branch in Lowlands between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. So that's today between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. at the Scotiabank Lowlands branch. Our team is excited and ready to answer your questions about Scotia online banking and the Scotia Caribbean app. So Scotiabank, it starts with you. So that's just a gentle reminder. Today, courtesy Scotiabank. Remember to connect with them 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Are you 55 years and older? This is your opportunity to join our exclusive how-to sessions for seniors. All right, viewers, you are viewing Tobago Updates morning show. It is Friday, Carnival Friday. We have on set with us Mikey Towers and Too Real, and I feel they have to give us some more fire before we head out here.
Yes. Clement, Lekito, Mason Hall, stand tall. Patience Hill, Signal Hill, Kenan. Bang, 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 bang. Watch. Let we start it right. Let we start it right now. Let we start it right. Let we start it right now. Let we start it. No. Let we start it. No. Let we start it. Start it. No. Up on the sister aisle with a smile like a child. We fetting for days, pound for pound, mile for mile. Everybody fetting and having a time. Don't play no girl, own a brother. What is yours is mine. Cause we up on the sister aisle with a smile like a child. We fetting for days, pound for pound, mile for mile. Everybody fetting and having a time. Don't play no girl, own a brother. What is yours is mine. Shadow say he going to plant peas in Tobago because he know anything he planting must grow. Watch, this land is so mystical and magical. This land is phenomenal. Let we start it right. Let we start it right now. Let we start it right. Let we start it right now. Let we start it. No. Let we start it. No. Let we start it. Start it. Start it. Start it. Start it. Listen. Everybody want a piece of the soca sand and seas and the lovely book we read. It has baffled all my brain. They just want come and remain. They don't want go home again. Sing. Where? Go on. Don't even bother to try. Hey, hey. Up on the sister aisle with a smile like a child. We fetting for this. Mile for mile. Everybody fetting and having a time. Don't play no girl own a brother. What is yours is mine. Call me up on the sister aisle. You see it. We fetting for this. Mile for mile. Everybody fetting and having a time. Don't play no girl own a brother. What is yours is mine. You see it, DJ. Come on, Mikey Tower. Yo, woman power, raining like a shower. You see it, Mikey. Open the gate. Open the gate. Tobago, ready. Open the gate.
Let us
leave it to choice.
And who
live and who dead. Open up the gate, tell them to open up the gate. Open up the gate, tell them to open up the gate. Open up the gate, tell them to open up the gate. Question. Who let go them hooligans? Who let go them mud band? Tell them we get away, we get away. Who let go them hooligans? Who let go them mud band? Tell them we get away, we get away. Question. Who open the gate? Who open the gate? Who open the gate? Why they open the gate? Who open the gate? Why they open the gate? Tell them we get away, we get away. Kick them like Van Damme. They said that we strong. Take a wine on a bam bam. They said that we ban. Lock me up in the dungeon. Get away how we can. This is all of the mud man. Come on, let we plan. What we planning for? Juve. We hit the land. We coming like doomsday. A big alarm. Anytime you misbehave, we lock it down. Well, it's more than oil we want inside. What we want? Who let go them hooligans? Who let go them mud band? Tell them we get away, we get away. Who let go them hooligans? Who let go them jazz band? What I say? What I say? Get away. Question. Who open the gate? Who open the gate? Who open the gate? Why they open the gate? Who open the gate? Why they open the gate? Tell them we get away, we get away. Listen, calling on mud on mud. Let go the damn mud band. This is a festival. What? Sweeter than bread and jam. Calling on Lecky too. What? Let go the damn jab jab. This is with high. This is with fed. Let me see them. Let me see them. We coming. Them two out of timing. We drinking. Modern oil and we whining. We drinking. Double dog and the what we doing? What we doing? What we doing? Rock and coming. This ain't no time for hide. Hey. Who let go them hooligans? Who let go them mud band? We get away, we get away. Who let go them hooligans? Who let go them jab jab? We get away, we get away. Who open the gate? Who open the gate? Who open the gate? Why they open the gate? Who open the gate? Why they open the gate? Tell them we get away, we get away. Open up the gate, tell them to open up the gate. Open up the gate, tell them to open up the gate. Open up the gate, tell them to open up the gate. Listen again, listen again. You see it? Mud on mud, we coming. Tell them we coming. Jab, jab, we coming. Jab. Tell them that we coming.
Retired sport coordinator Charmaine A. Archer is the third member of her family to become part of the Distinguished Society of Trinidad and Tobago, of which the president is chancellor. This honor comes after Miss Archer was awarded the Hummingbird Medal Silver for sport in the area of netball. She was honored at this year's National Awards ceremony.
It is
good feeling because you're recognized for the hard work and dedication that you would have put out, and it also indicates that your contribution was a significant and impactful one.
Miss Archer has been involved in sport since childhood. She attended Bonaccord Government Primary School, where she competed in track and field. Her passion continued at Bishop's High School in the form of basketball, netball, athletics, hockey, badminton, and tennis. Her administrative abilities revealed themselves during her secondary school days. Decades later, Miss Archer has retired, having held various management positions, particularly in the field of netball. This national awardee believes that sport is critical to our society's development.
It brings so many people from varying stratas of society together. It does a lot for us in terms of healthy lifestyles where you get involved in sport and sporting activities, and it also provides avenues beyond being a sportman for persons to pursue their careers in life.
In 2006, Charmaine's mother, Annetta Archer, received the Hummingbird Medal Gold for Education. The senior Mrs. Archer was a well-known educator who opened a preschool, the Canaan Nursery School, in 1947. It's an academic institution that's still molding and developing young minds today. In 2019, Charmaine's sister, late sporting icon Martha Archer, was awarded the Hummingbird Medal Gold in the area of sport. Like Charmaine, Martha was also heavily involved in netball.
I call myself a member of our elite family. It's an honor to be among them, but it's just that we come from a family where I think volunteerism and giving back and that stuff is just etched in our DNA. We just used to that, we grew up into that, and all of us, we just love being a part of something that you do responsible and rewarding activities, and it's a good feeling.
Aside from Miss Archer, Tobago had other notable names on the national awards list. Athlete Dwight St. Hilaire, Hummingbird Medal Gold for Sport Track. Athlete Akani Hislop, Hummingbird Medal Silver for Sport Track. And retired Permanent Secretary Vel Lewis, Public Service Medal of Merit Silver for Public Service and Heritage Preservation.
That was a production of the Department of Information, Office of the Chief Secretary, Tobago House of Assembly.
Hello?
Master Fee.
Master Fee here.
How you going? It's Alan the Entertainer.
Who?
It's Alan the Entertainer.
Who?
Alan of Million Laughs.
So Alan, you want to get a strainer?
No, ma. I'm calling to tell you about the comedy commerce. Yeah, the comedy commerce show in Tobago.
I know that. I told you I want to come. In Trinidad. How are you going to get that? That is quite in Tobago.
Getting what?
This trainer, Alan.
Back to Tobago November the 5th. So don't worry to come now,
it's not a problem, I will
you hear
come
me?
for you.
Don't come now. Ma?
Taxi.
Master
You going shop, Tobago?
Saturday, November 5th, Shore Park, Tobago. It's Million Laughs Caribbean Comedy Commerce, the Mega Laugh Festival to end the Tobago Carnival season, featuring Tobago's finest in folklore and musical entertainment, together with some of the Caribbean's top comedians: Larry Joseph, Daryl the Saint Mendoza, Dolores, Alan the Entertainer, Handsome Sun, Mako Media, and more. Get your ticket specials available on Island E-Tickets and various outlets nationwide, or visit the Million Laughs handles for more info. It's Comedy Commerce in Tobago, a wee kind of commerce.
Yeah. Hey. Tobago updates. Good morning, Tobago. Wake up with Candace and Denicia. Let's go. It's a brand new morning. Rise up to a brand new dawning as the passion start to rise.
Welcome to Good Morning Tobago on Tobago Updates, your source for current affairs in Tobago, Trinidad and the region, with the perfect conversations to complement your morning routine. I am Candace Jackson, and let's get started with the news in 90 seconds. An orange level adverse weather warning did not stop patrons from assembling with their umbrellas at the Plymouth Recreational Grounds to see Nigerian Afrobeat singer Burna Boy. At 3:51 p.m. yesterday, the TNT Meteorological Service Office updated its weather warning from a yellow level to an orange level alert. Tobago experienced over 3 inches of rainfall overnight. The Tobago Emergency Management Agency recorded several reports of flooding, landslides, and fallen trees in Idlewild, Providence, Moriah, Goodwood, Mason Hall, and several other places. The North Side Road is completely blocked at this time. Some areas also lost electricity, including the Tobago Hospitality and Tourism Institute, which was serving its student dinners when the power was cut. The division of the orange level alert also prompted the Division of Education, Research and Technology to cancel all schools today. Meanwhile, several carnival-related events were affected. However, Burna Boy fans were not deterred by the weather and stood in the pouring rain with their umbrellas while they awaited his performance. He did not disappoint and graced the stage at approximately 12:45 a.m., performing his hits for a rain-soaked audience. The adverse weather warning remains in effect until Saturday. Former national gymnast Thema Williams was finally awarded her settlement for a lawsuit 4 years after she won the case. In 2018, Justice Frank C. Prasad granted Williams almost $224,000 for a biased and flawed decision of the TT Gymnastics Federation to pull her out of the 2016 Olympic Games. However, the TTGF never paid the court order. Last week, Williams raised the matter again in court, and Justice C. Prasad ordered them to pay the money by 4 p.m. yesterday. Shortly before 2 p.m., Williams did receive the money via a check from the TTGF. And that was your news in 90 seconds. And just by way of a public service announcement from Scotiabank, are you 55 years and older? Do you need help with your online banking? Join our exclusive how-to sessions for seniors today, Friday 28 October at the Scotiabank branch in Lowlands between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Our team is excited and ready to answer your questions about Scotia online banking and the Scotia Caribbean app. Scotiabank, it starts with you. So viewers, if you want to get more information, head on down to the Lowlands branch today, especially those of you who sometimes struggle with your online banking and you want to get into online banking, and it's going to make your life easier, and you can find out all that information, have all those questions answered. Get down at the branch in Lowlands today and, you know, have your little information starting. Now we're getting, it's Carnival Friday here in Tobago, and we are getting into some conversations about what you should be doing about traffic, what you should be keeping in mind this weekend, because yes, there is a lot of activities. Yes, we have the rain, and yes, of course, that might affect some things, but Carnival is still going ahead. There's no damper on Carnival. Rain only stops cricket. So we are getting ready to speak to our lovely Officer Sebro. I want to just welcome you this morning, Officer Sebro. How are you doing this morning?
I'm fine, thank you.
I see you survived the Burna Boy concert last night.
Yes, we did. Yes,
How
we
was
did.
that for you guys?
Well, the police had to do what they had to do, whether they rain. The only thing rain stops is cricket. And where national security is concerned, we ensured that it was maintained and, you know, patrons would have been secured.
And so were there any reports of incidents that you guys recorded last night?
None thus far.
Okay, great. Now we're heading into the carnival events. Tomorrow morning we start off with Juve in Crown Point. What are the traffic restrictions in place for that?
Well, Crown Point would be celebrated. Well, this is the Tobago Carnival, and there would be restrictions with regards to the areas where revelers and masqueraders would be parading. Tomorrow we start off at as early as 3 a.m. to 12 midday tomorrow. 3 a.m. to 12 midday on Saturday, the 29th of October, 2022, in the Crown Point district. And we have restrictions, traffic restrictions with regards to parking and vehicular traffic from the Milford Road, Canaan, that is at Stumpy's Bypass, along Milford Road, Bonaccord to Crown Point. There would be a restriction to vehicular traffic proceeding east or westerly along that road. There would also be a restriction along the Storby local road with respect to parking, and that is from the Milford Road Crown Point area, that is at Church's Chicken, all the way up to the Killigwin Bay Road. That is where you access onto Stumpy's Bypass. There will be parking restrictions along Storby local road. This is to facilitate vehicular traffic that is desirous of going to the international airport, because we cannot restrict persons from going. People are still traveling.
Certainly.
All right,
and people are still coming on the island.
So at the end of the day, the Milford Road to the front, Milford Road Canaan, Milford Road Bonaccord, that will be restricted to vehicular traffic. However, they can traverse to and from the international airport via Storby local road.
So now that parking is restricted in those areas, where can people park who are wanting to go to the Juve?
Persons who are desirous of being a part of the Juve celebration can park in the Crown Point Heritage Park. That's the greens that is adjacent to Storby Beach Facilities parking, that big wide area. Parking would be facilitated there. However, I want persons to be mindful also that the wrecker would be operating. Right, so we need to have that compliance to the regulations, the restrictions. Right, we really don't want to, but there are some persons who might be very stubborn, and we have to treat with it accordingly.
And just for the viewers' sake, you know, if your vehicle is wrecked, what do they need to do to regain their vehicle?
Right, there will be police officer, and there will be a designated area where the vehicles would be stored under the scrutiny and surveillance of a police officer. And you can go to the Crown Point police station, which is that district for tomorrow's event, and you would meet the officer there and you pay the necessary fees,
most importantly,
to retrieve your vehicle.
All right.
And you'll be given your receipt.
Great. Now we're moving on to Roxborough, because of course we have the night mass happening in Roxborough. What restrictions are in place for Roxborough?
Well, Roxborough takes effect from 4 p.m. to 12 midnight tomorrow. And the restrictions for Roxborough would be from the Windward Road, Argyle. Vehicular traffic would not be allowed to proceed along Windward Road, Argyle, in the area of Lamy Road, to Windward Road, Roxborough, in the area of Prince Street. That is where the Pirates Boatyard and the fishing area is located in Roxborough. However, one can utilize an alternative route via the Windward Road, Argyle, which is the Lamy Road, where you'll also proceed along the Cameron Canal Road and enter the Station Hill bypass. That road is at the back of the plantations at Roxborough by the secondary school.
Yeah.
You come out onto the where the new police station and the hospital is built, and you utilize an access road, which is the Station Hill bypass, onto the police station street, and you come out onto Windward Road in Roxborough. You make a left turn to proceed east if you are heading to the countryside. For those who are coming from the countryside and do not wish to be a part of the celebration, it is vice versa. When they arrive at the Station Street in Roxborough, they would proceed north along Station Hill, get back onto the Station Hill bypass, and then connect with the Cameron Canal Road, which is to the back of Argyle on the waterfall, and then onto Lamy Road, where they would then turn west onto the Windward Road and continue to Scarborough.
Okay, so sticking with tomorrow as well. So we spoke about Juve, we spoke about Roxborough, but there's also Mud and Mud happening in the Crown Point area or thereabouts, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Now, are there any special restrictions in place for that, or would that just be a continuance of the Juve restrictions?
The Mud and Mud, that is going to be taking place somewhere to the back of the airport, right? That would not really in any way be up until 12 midday. The restrictions are in effect at Crown Point within the various roads. But seeing that is at the back of the airport, that would not affect anything because it's in one centralized area.
Okay, great. So I'm sure viewers would be, those Mud and Mud revelers would be excited or happy to hear that.
Also, I would one of the other restrictions to vehicular traffic in the Crown Point area is that Canaan Feeder Road, Guy Street to the back of Canaan and Bonaccord. That road from Douglas Street to Center Street, that's where the playing field is, that would also be restricted to parking and vehicular traffic for the purpose of persons, the revelers. Yeah. But residents, though, would be facilitated to access their homes.
Now, whether they be in Roxborough or in Crown Point, in those areas that are going to be affected by the carnival activities during that time, do the residents need to present any sort of ID? Like, how can they be assured that they can get to and from their homes when they need to?
Well, I would say at the discretion of the police, right, 1 and 2 passes would have been provided for that purpose, but also on your driver's permit, if you are asked to verify if you are a resident, your driver's permit more than likely would present your address. So I don't see it to be a problem. And as I said, the discretion of the police officers who are well trained and would be able to treat with all issues as they arise.
Certainly. And now we're moving on to Sunday, and Sunday is, the pretty mass in town, and we have a very long route through Scarborough, well, around Scarborough, I should say. So what are the traffic restrictions that are in place for that event?
Well, Scarborough being the centralized area, the capital of Tobago, things take effect on Sunday at 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
So 12 hours.
Yes, because we have the parade of the bands, and we are certain that there would be several bands with hundreds, I should even say thousands of masqueraders. That route for the mass, the parade of the bands, commences at the Isle of Tobago sign along Milford Road. And they would proceed in an easterly direction along Milford Road, where they would turn north onto Wilson Road, proceed to the Claude Noel Highway and Wilson Road traffic light intersection, and turn west and proceed along the Claude Noel Highway, all the way down to the Lambo Claude Noel Highway, Cemetery Street, Lambo, where they would proceed south along that road, and then they would return onto the Milford Road, Lambo, and they would proceed east, heading toward the Abattoir and Shaw Park, where the old licensing office used to be. They would then turn onto the Crusoe bypass, which takes you directly in front of the basketball court, the tennis court, the Shaw Park Cultural Complex, coming to the junction of Orange Hill Road and Crusoe bypass, which is where Yachts Marketing. They turn south and proceed along Orange Hill Road, and then they turn west onto the Milford Road. That is in the area of the Coast Guard base, that corner, where they continue up to where they would have commenced their parade.
And so naturally that whole route,
so that route
is
restricted, so that vehicular traffic would definitely be restricted along the following roads, which is Milford Road, Scarborough, and that is from the Cemetery Street, Lambo area, all the way leading to Carrington Street, Scarborough, in the area of Bay Street. So vehicular traffic that might be coming from Upper Scarborough, they are only able to proceed to Carrington Street and Bay Street Junction.
Right.
That's in the area of Church's Chicken. They would have to turn north onto Bay Street, onto the north side connector, and exit Scarborough. So no vehicular traffic would be allowed in Scarborough at all. Along Wilson Road, there will be no vehicular traffic. Along the Claude Noel Highway, there will also be no vehicular traffic. The only vehicles that would be allowed along the Claude Noel Highway would be emergency vehicles, as that would be an emergency route, because the masqueraders will take up half of the roadway, right, to facilitate for
And then in terms of parking, because of course we're going to have a lot of spectators coming along as well just to see the masqueraders, where can people park if they want to come into Scarborough?
We would have parking provided. There's a uptown car park at Tambourine Car Park that can only hold as much as possible, so much. However, there would also be parking at the Republic Bank Car Park, Upper Scarborough. There would definitely be no parking at the old market, the Market Square Car Park, sorry.
And that's downtown.
That's Lower Scarborough, and also where First Citizens Bank once was on Carrington Street. That would also be a restriction to parking, because that area would be facilitated for the TEMA personnel and other persons who security purposes, providing security. Right, that would be operational as a Vox Center.
Is there any sort of shuttles? Are you aware of any shuttles in place for people that want to come and spectate?
At this point, no, I am not aware of. All
right, so then people might, be prepared to walk.
Well, at the end of the day, it's just, it's for the purpose of enjoyment and, Tobago placing itself on the worldwide map as a country where carnival celebration is concerned. So, in going forward, we would have these little ups and downs, but at the end of the day, we just have to work with it, treat with it. It's all in the line of progress.
Of course. And now, I mean, as we're getting ready to wrap this interview, and I just again want to thank you so much for coming on and just giving our viewers that very, very important information, because of course we all want to enjoy and be a part of it, but we have to be aware of what is restricted and what is not, where we can go and where we cannot go. So what else, I mean, do you guys have in store for us? Is there anything that you would like to say to the viewers, to the people that want to be a part of the carnival, want to take part in any way? What should they be aware of going into the weekend?
You know, we so far the celebrations have gone and are more or less incident free, and I would like to advocate to the motorists on our roadways. We have persons from Trinidad as well as Tobago and by extension regionally and internationally on the island. And I would like them to know that drinking and driving is an offense and it would be treated with, and we do not want to have any unforeseen or unfortunate circumstances with regards to persons being intoxicated and creating accidents which can become fatal and which we do not want to happen. Right? So that be mindful, have your designated drivers.
Would breathalyzers be out?
Yes, we would have officers. We have over 20 officers attached to the division who are breathalyzer technicians, and they will be out in their numbers, ensuring that persons comply with the traffic regulations. Right? At the end of the day, it's all about having an enjoyable time. Right? Do it responsibly. Do it responsibly. Be your brother's keeper. It's yes, we know people are there, you know, the enjoyment and so on, but at the end of the day, you have to still be your brother's keeper. Persons who may be leaving their homes, ensure that your homes are secured, right, properly, because at the end of the day, criminal activity does not go on a vacation. It stays here. So persons might be having a good time and something is happening at their home. Ensure that you secure your homes and so on, and put everything in place. Right, with respect to male and female, watch your drinks in terms of do not leave your drinks unattended.
Yes.
Right, that in itself can pose a very, very detrimental to persons. So ensure that you're seeing, you have your drink and you're seeing it, and you do not leave it unattended.
And on that point, have you guys noticed or have you guys detected any of those pills coming into Tobago as they were in Trinidad?
No, not as no. But we are mindful of the fact that these pills are being circulated, right? So that we advise persons, as I said, to ensure that you look after your drink and ensure that nobody gives you a drink that is already opened, especially strangers and even persons you may know. Trust no one.
All right. I want to thank you so much, Officer Sieber, for being on with us and giving us that very important information.
And also remember that the wrecker is around.
Remember that the wrecker is around. And how much people do people have to pay to retrieve their vehicles?
$500.
Viewers, you don't want to be losing $500 this time around.
I also want to just say hi to Moses Wrecking Services. Right? Yeah, I just wanted to give them a big up this morning. Moses Wrecking Service.
Doing some good work.
Doing some good work. Doing some very good work. Yeah.
All right. Well, on that note, thank you, Officer Sieber, again, for being on with us and sharing that information. And viewers, I'm also getting some information as I'm sitting here that the Belmont Road is blocked. So if you are traveling along that way, just be aware that to find an alternative route. A tree has fallen, so that's one of the roads that's blocked. There are actually several roads that are blocked and will be cleared at this point in time. I know TEMA and the Division of Infrastructure is out there trying to get these roads cleared. And in case, just for your information, the Wild Road, Friendsfield Bridge, Annisville Road in the vicinity of Table Peace, Mason Hall entering into Moriah, Providence Road in Lexington, George, and Goodwood, and Blackrock, in Bell Garden. Those are some of the roads that are encountering either complete blockage or partial blockages. So again, if you're traversing this morning, please so just be careful. I mean, it's been some heavy rains out there, and you've got to expect these things to happen. And of course, if you have any reports, call TEMA, that number 211. That's the number. That's the only number you need to know, and you can make your reports there, and the necessary authorities will respond. All right, viewers, so that's why we're going to leave it here for now, but we're going to go to a quick break, and then we'll be back with a whole lot more on this wonderful Tobago Carnival Friday.
Lifespan is the affordable critical illness plan you need. Cover expenses up to $1 million. Tattoo Life, guaranteed protection.
The best place to stay in Tobago is at Thorn's Place, with rates starting as low as 200 TT. Call or WhatsApp 745-7306 or 682-8676. We are located uptown Scarborough, 5 minutes away from the port. Remember, at Thorn's Place, our aim is to make your stay safe and affordable.
You have to remember, Jerome. What? It's just the other day I had a bypass surgery.
That I mean you have to bypass me?
You don't know the position I in?
Position? When that was? You know how long me see you in a position?
Saturday, November 5th, Shore Park, Tobago. It's Million Laughs Caribbean Comedy Commerce, the mega laugh festival to end the Tobago Carnival season, featuring Tobago's finest in folklore and musical entertainment, together with some of the Caribbean's top comedians: Larry Joseph, Daryl the Saint Mendoza, Dolores, Alan the Entertainer, Handsome Sun, Mako Media, and more. Get your ticket specials available on Island E-Tickets and various outlets nationwide, or visit the Million Laughs handles for more info. It's Comedy Commerce in Tobago, a wee kind of commerce.
You don't know it's your boy Young Brother representing for Fuck Angels, Big Bad, Juve, and Mass Band. You understand? Sexiest band. Register today. God, how to make you feel it, feel it. Fuck Angels make you feel it, feel it. Fuck Angels make you feel it, feel it. Fuck Angels make you feel it, feel it. Make you feel it's mass again, it's mass again, it's mass again. Yes, remember the music, remember the girls. All them girls riding in the road. Fuck Angels, Juve Band, Mass Band. The biggest and sexiest Juve Bana, Tobago, not a Milano. Boy, fuck Angels, the girl them need, yeah. But the girl them plead, fuck Angels, the girl them crave for. They really need it too. When you play with the band, is a vibe now. Fuck Angels, keep it alive now. And you never wanna leave, cause the drinks them running for true. Yo, tell a cruise, make the banner. Say whoa, Juve Band is over you. Fuck Angel is over you. The banner, jump and banner.
Tuco Tobago presents the real Tobago Line. The Tuco Tobago Line. Saturday, October 29th at the Mount Irvin Golf Course, we go to the real Tobago Line. With College Boy Jesse and the All Stars Band, Super Blue, Johnny King, Viking Ding Dong.
If you know you cannot handle the people rum, when you see the people rum, leave it alone. Yeah, what I tell you?
Prince Unique, Marvin Lewis, Royal, Iwer George.
Come your city, everybody
Ricky Jai, Trinidad All-Star Steel Orchestra, Superior Rhythm Section, and lots of big surprises. Showtime 5 p.m. Tickets cost only $250 and are available at Angels Korea Services Limited, Tobago, and all Tuco offices nationwide. This October 29th at the Mount Irvin Golf Course, the real Tobago Line. We're
Father bless everybody in this party.
Yo, what's up guys? This is your DJ Nina and we
Carnival in Tobago. So listen, Carnival Friday starts off at Tequila Sunrise. We're gonna be at the Eagle Villa in beautiful Tobago. It's a poolside edition, so make sure to bring your best poolside outfit. Make sure to bring all of the good vibes, all of your friends. You're gonna catch me there together with some other wicked DJs. And I'm really excited to play some sweet soca for y'all. So remember, you don't wanna miss this. Tequila Sunrise, Carnival Friday at the Eagle Villa is gonna be full of vibes.
Move as we move, yeah. I beg you, watch over us, watch over us.
I said I can't wait for Tobago in October.
Welcome to the March Parfait Day Spa and Wellness Center, your premier spa experience located at Bonaccord, Tobago. Visit us today for facials, cellulite treatments, body contours, body treatments, pedicures, manicures, and much more. We have gift cards for all occasions and corporate events. Connect with us on Facebook at Le March Parfait Day Spa or call us 273-7772.
Tobago updates. Good morning, Tobago. Wake up with Candace and Denicia.
Let's go. It's a brand new morning. Rise up to a brand
Welcome back to Good Morning Tobago. Yes, viewers. I mean, it is a very rainy morning now. Of course, that means that you've heard by now. In case you don't know, we are still in an orange level alert weather warning, so you gotta be careful out there on the roads. And even though it's carnival, because I mean the carnival is going to continue going ahead, we just of course need to be safe and take care of each other out there on the roads. You know, if you have any issues, be sure to call 211, make your reports, and get on to the relevant authorities there. So, but just for a quick mention from Scotiabank, a quick message from Scotiabank. Are you 55 years and older? Do you need help with your online banking? Join our exclusive how-to sessions for seniors today, Friday, 28th October, at the Scotiabank branch in Lowlands, between the hours of 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Our team is excited and ready to answer your questions about Scotia online banking and the Scotia Caribbean app. Scotiabank, it starts with you. So, like I said before, if you really want some help, or you just have some questions and you want to know how to make your life easier, get on down to Scotiabank, talk to the lovely attendants there. They are all there ready to give you these little tutorials and have this information session for you so that you can, you know, get familiar and get acquainted with online banking, because it does make your life easier. Now, viewers, we are coming to the end of the program, but we have, we have Tima on with us, none other than the director of Tima, and that is, of course, Mr. Alan Stewart. Good morning and welcome. How are you doing? And of course, he's going to be giving us some updates on what's happening with the weather and the reports here in Tobago.
I am struggling to answer your question of how I am doing, but I think in the light that it could have been worse, I think I would prefer to say we are doing pretty well as it relates to the weather. As you know, that there's an expectation that we would have experienced over 300 millimeters of rainfall. Much of that has fell overnight, and which would have caused some serious challenges to the resources that are available on the ground and to some residential properties, major thoroughfares, and also in some cases secondary roads. So we have seen this feature allow for very intense rainfall that produced severe flash flooding. We would have seen Mason Hall, French Field, being inundated, the river breaking its bank in a very serious, ferocious way. And as a result of that, we would have received residential reports of flash flooding in residents in the Basin Hall area, also in the Frenchfield area. Also, some of our major thoroughfares, such as Culloden on the Mason Hall Link Road in the back of Belmont, also along the North Side Road in the area of Craig Hall. These areas have been reported of total blockage, and we also saw the reoccurrence of what is happening in the Barrock area in Belgarden, whereby that area again is subject to debris coming down, cascading down the hillside. As a result, it is causing some disturbance and is a risk area for motorist travels in that area. So once again, we are appealing to the motoring public to exercise extreme caution when travels in these areas. There is a high degree of slope instability. And as a result of that, we will continue to see landslides, which may comprise of utility lines, utility infrastructure that may be disrupted, along with fallen trees. The response have been going effectively well. You know, we had an early conversation with the Honorable Fali Augustine very early this morning, just around somewhere around there this morning, and he would have assisted to ensure that the plan that we spoke about yesterday was in place, where we sought to decentralize resources coming out of the Division of Infrastructure to deal with some of these landslides. However, they are numerous. The type of rainfall that we see, the carriageway and also the riverines, they just cannot contain the amount of water, and certainly it is becoming a challenge. And the slope instability are really creating additional landslide, and we can expect more. So even while we are trying to clear and to make sure that people get to work on time today, so that basically has been achieved, but we are seeing the reoccurrence of blockages, and we have to cope with it going forward. That is the situation that we are dealing with this morning on a Bago Friday Carnival.
No, as we I mean, I want to thank you, of course, I mean, for always being here to give us all that up-to-date information. Now, as for the rest of the day, what can people expect for the rest of the day and into tomorrow? What is the weather systems telling us?
We will see a calm. We are going through a calm period where you will continue to see the overcast condition. What the meteorological services is pointing out is that you have the ITTZ behaving in a particular manner. So overnight, it will have moved from the south east straight across the island, both islands of Tobago, moving to the north a bit, and then it is more or less settled over both Trinidad and Tobago. However, it has dumped a significant amount of water on us, as I said earlier. And as a result of that, even though we are enjoying low rainfall at this time, the amount of water on the land, we can expect additional slope failures as we move forward. There's a strong possibility that later on today we can see a reoccurrence as the sun heats up the area. You will have that convection taking place again, and then you could have additional rainfall that could, in those rainfall, there can be the thunder shower activity that can cause a problem. What is not definite is that you will not see a sustained winds, but there can be a gusty event as the area heats up, and you have that downdraft taking place that can create a gust of wind that can cause some damage. We don't expect to see too much of that. Now, let me talk a little bit about Carnival. Let me talk a little bit about Bago Carnival.
Everybody wants to know.
Yes. So what is happening is that we are in the middle, and you may hear it saying the only thing that's prevent rain is only stop cricket. And therefore, for Carnival, for the Juve, what we have done is change our strategy to ensure that we bring the safety package to the table. And in so doing, there will be a joint command operation at the 3 major venues for this event. At the Coliseum Mall, TIMA will stage what you call a joint operations center at that location. And there will also be advanced medical post set up on the ground floor at the Coliseum Mall in Crown Point. And the same thing will happen later on tomorrow at Rocks Globe. Taking the shine to the east, we also will utilize the administrative complex to allow for the same type of infrastructure that will allow for an advanced medical post at that location at the administrative complex in Roxborough, and also a joint command operations center will be JOC will be set up there. On the final day, the parades of the band in Scarborough will also carry the same type of infrastructure to the Shore Park Cultural Complex. However, along these routes, we will also have medical teams that will be stationed at various locations, roving to ensure that if there are any incidents, that feature of the medical will be dealt with. Security and safety, there will be those factors where persons may, because of their consumption, or somebody may swallow a rum cork or something and choose to misbehave, and therefore we have to attend to those things. So the security will be having a sharp eye out for utilizing whatever infrastructure that is in place to ensure safety for all. That, you know, the Tobago Carnival can be branded as a safe one going through. We are looking at the future, we are looking at the present, and we are ensuring that this event comes off in a way that revelers and also those with interests, whether those are entrepreneurial interests, will walk away smiling, and all that we'll have a safe and enjoyable carnival. And we are hoping that we want to leave by saying, you know, we want people to pay attention to the safety tips. For example, if there is flood waters, it's not something to palaver in and play in. Flood waters can carry waterborne diseases, especially if it becomes standing. Again, we talk about turn around, don't drown. I spoke about the possibility of the downdraft that can create heavy downpours, and therefore, if there is flash flooding, it is your responsibility to stay out of those flood waters and let it subside in a very quick way. They will, especially in the southwestern end of the island, and therefore try to go on the caution as much as possible to ensure life and property is preserved. Jumping back to the possibility of persons being affected. Yes, persons will be affected as a result of this inclement weather, and therefore we ask persons to use 211 to report your incidents so that we can have a response. The response towards recovery is one that sometimes takes time. We prioritize our responses here at TIMA, and therefore, not because somebody mash your toe, you're going to get a response almost immediately. It is triage in a particular way. Our major thing at this time is to ensure that the major arteries are passable. So at some point in time, you may see a landslide on the roadway, but is the landslide totally blocking the roadway? Our objective is to cut it through, make sure that there is a possibility of traffic going through, and therefore then attend to the debris afterwards. Then there will be secondary roads that will be obstructed as well.
But what's happening and what we can expect. And of course, viewers, whether you are from Tobago or you are visiting the island, if you have any emergencies for whatever it is, whether it's something that happens on the road, you know, something medical, something that needs police attention, whatever it is, the only number to remember is 211, right? I will say it again, the only number to remember is 211. So whatever reports you have, call 211 and they will direct your call to the relevant authorities here in Tobago. So you don't have to worry about anything. You don't have to worry about trying to remember what number is the police or the fire or TIMA or whatever the case may be. Just to remember 211. So viewers, that's how we're going to have to wrap today's show. It was a pleasure being with you all. It's a wonderful Friday. Despite the rain, we can still have fun. Carnival is still happening tomorrow. Juve, Roxglow, Pretty Mass is still happening. And of course, you know Tobago Updates has you covered. Tobago Updates will be bringing to you all the updates of what's happening out there on the road, so that you viewers who aren't able to make it out, you can watch it from the comfort of your home. So I myself is going to be out there along with the rest of the team, and we're going to have some lots of action there for you. So you certainly don't want to miss it. Stay tuned to our Facebook and our YouTube pages, the website as well, and stay connected. And of course, have a wonderful, safe, and productive day. And we'll see you again very shortly, very early in the morning, and the return for the morning show on Monday.
Updates. Good morning, Tobago. Wake up with Candace and Denise. Let's go, go. It's a brand new morning. Rise up to a brand new dawning. As the passion start to rise, the energy fill the sky.